Radhashtami Mahotsav ki Gaur Premanande. So today, in order to mark this occasion or celebrate this occasion, we are going to sing glorification of Srimati Radharani. It's called Radhikashtakam. There are many Radhikashtakams. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami wrote, Srila Rupa Goswami wrote, and Radhikashtakams. Raghunath Das Goswami also wrote. And this Radhikashtakam that we are going to sing today, I came across this Ashtakam in a very special way. Once I went to a place in Bengal called Kamarhati, and there is a place called Chaitanya Doba. Chaitanya Doba is the place where Ishwar Puri used to reside. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to that place after taking sannyas, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took some dust from that place. And seeing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taking the dust, the soil from that place, the earth from that place, all the devotees started to take the dust from there. And as a result of that, a pond was created. People started to take the soil from there, and so many people took the soil and that pond was created, a small pond was created. So that's why this place is named as Chaitanya Doba. Doba means a small pond. A small pond created by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so there I came across this poetry, this Radhikashtakam. It's a very beautiful one. It has been written, I found that the name of the person was Sanatan. Therefore I thought that it was probably written by Sanatan Goswami. But upon researching, I found out that it was not written by Sanatan Goswami, but someone by the name Sanatan, one of the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Maybe later, naturally, later on, he wrote. It's in Sanskrit, and so then I took that and I started to sing that. It's called Shri Shri Radhashtak. It goes like Radhika Sharodo Indu Nindi Mukha Mandoli Kuntale Vichitra Veni Champako Pushpo Shobhani Nilo Patto Ange Shobhe Tahe Adho Orani Bandiye Shripado Padma Vrishabhanu Nandini. Vrishabhanu Nandini, who is Vrishabhanu Nandini? Who is the daughter of King Vrishabhanu? Srimati Radharani. Bandiye Shripado Padma, meaning I worship the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, the daughter of King Vrishabhanu. I'll just briefly describe the meaning. Radharani's face is so beautiful that it makes the full moon feel embarrassed in front of her beautiful face. And her face, her head is decorated with a beautiful tussle of hair, a braided hair, which is adorned with champak flower. Radharani's hair is braided hair, is decorated with champak flower, and she is wearing a beautiful blue silk sari. Radharani generally wears blue sari. That's why today Radharani's dress is bluish. It's a mauve color. Mauve is a shade of blue. And her head is half covered with the oroni is a fine chadar, you can say. Orani is a thin, small chadar that the women use to cover their head. And Toruno Oruno Jini Shindurero Mondoli. The vermilion mark, the sindur mark that is adorning her forehead is conquering the redness of the rising sun. And the bumblebees are flying around her face, and there is the beautiful fragrance of sandalwood pulp from Malaya mountain. The movement of her eyebrows are defeating the influence of millions of cupids. I worship the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, the daughter of King Vrishabhanu. When she casts her sidelong glance, her sidelong glance is like the movement of Kanjana bird. And her eyes are decorated with mascara, anjan, and those the eyebrows are appearing to be like the bow of Cupid. Her beautiful nose has been compared to a til flower, and there is a nose ring swinging very beautifully with a movement. I worship the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, the daughter of King Vrishabhanu. Her lips, the redness of her lips conquers the redness of a ripe bimba fruit. And her teeth are so like the uniform darimba fruit. Darimba fruit is actually pomegranate. The pomegranate, therefore, so very beautifully arranged, and her teeth have been compared to that. Her beautiful, sweet speech, or her sweet voice defeats the cooing of the cuckoo bird in springtime. I worship the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, the daughter of King Vrishabhanu. So we'll just sing these first four verses now. Later on, maybe in the evening, we can sing it again, all the 8 verses. But since we are giving the class in the morning and we have to discuss about Srimati Radharani's glory, so we'll just sing only these 4 stanzas. বসন্ত কোকিল সুমধুর বন্দিয়ে শ্রীপাদ বৃষভানুনন্দিনী বসন্ত কোকিল সুমধুর বন্দিয়ে শ্রীপাদ বন্দিয়ে শ্রীপাদ বৃষভানুনন্দিনী বন্দিয়ে শ্রীপাদ রাধিকা সরোদয়ী নিন্দিমণ্ডলী কুন্তলে বিচিত্র চম্পা পুষ্প জয় রাধে জয় রাধে রাধে জয় রাধে জয় শ্রী রাধে জয় রাধে জয় রাধে রাধে জয় রাধে জয় শ্রী রাধে Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jashodanandana Braja Jashodanandana Braja Jamuna Tira Gonachari Jamuna Tira Gonachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Jaya Radhe Hare. Jai Srimati Radharani ki. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Paribrajacacharya Ashtottara Shatu Shri Srimad Abhay Charanara Vindo Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Shila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Shri Mathura Dham ki jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Shri Mayapur Navadvip Dham ki jai. Ganga Mai ki jai. Jamuna Mai ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Tulasi Maharani ki jai. Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Shamaveto Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Shri Radhashtami Mahotsav ki. Srimati Radharani's appearance day celebration ki jai. Vrishabhanu Nandini Srimati Radharani ki. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Shri Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Although the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam has extensively described Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes, and which is the topmost of all of Krishna's pastimes. The most intimate dealings with his devotees take place in Vrindavan. But still, Srimati Radharani's identity hasn't been clearly described or revealed in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Although Srimad Bhagavatam is the topmost of all Puranas, it is the spotless Puran where Krishna's identity has been absolutely clearly revealed. But still, Radharani's identity has not been revealed there. Therefore, Radharani's identity is Veda Gopya. It is kept as a secret. It has been hidden, like a hidden treasure, even in the Vedas. Although the Vedas are revealing the spiritual sky, but Srimati Radharani's identity has been kept as a secret. In the entire Srimad Bhagavatam, just in one verse, Srimati Radharani's identity has been indirectly disclosed. And that verse has been written on the board today. That's the verse we are going to discuss. We are going to read, recite, and discuss. Anaya, this is the 30th chapter of the 10th canto, text 28. Anayaradhito nunam bhagavan harir ishvaraha yan no Vihaya Govindaha Prito Yam Anayad Raha Anayaradhito Nunam Bhagavan Haririshvaraha Yanno Vihaya Govinda Prito Yam Anayad Raha Anayaradhito Nunam Bhagavan Haririshvaraha Yanno Vihaya Govinda Prito Yam Anayad Raha Anayaradhito Nunam Bhagavan Haririshvaraha Yanno Vihaya Govinda Prito Yam Anayad Raha Anaya, by her, Aradhitaha, perfectly worshipped, Nunam, certainly, Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, Hari, Lord Krishna, Ishvaraha, the supreme controller, Yat, inasmuch as, Na, us, Vihaya, rejecting, Govinda, Lord Govinda, Pritaha, pleased, Yam, whom, Anayat, led, Raha, to a secluded place. Translation: certainly this particular gopi has perfectly worshipped the all-powerful personality of Godhead, Govinda, since he was so pleased with her that he abandoned the rest of us and brought her to a secluded place. Please repeat after me. Certainly this particular gopi has perfectly worshipped the all-powerful personality of Godhead, Govinda, since he was so pleased with her that he abandoned the rest of us, and brought her to a secluded place. Purport: Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti explains that the word Aradhitaha refers to Srimati Radharani. He comments, the sage Shukadeva Goswami has tried with all endeavor to keep her name hidden, but now it automatically shines forth from the moon of his mouth. That he has spoken her name is indeed her mercy, and thus the word Aradhitaha is like the rumbling of a kettle drum sounded to announce a great good fortune. Although the gopis spoke as if jealous of Srimati Radharani, they were actually ecstatic to see that she has captured Sri Krishna. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti quotes the following detailed descriptions of Srimati Radharani's footprints as given by Srila Rupa Goswami in Sri Ujjwal Nilamani. At the base of the large toe of her left foot is the mark of a barley corn. Below that mark is a disc. Below the disc is an umbrella, and below the umbrella is a bracelet. A vertical line extends from the middle of her foot to the juncture of her large and second toes. At the base of the middle toe is a lotus. Below that is a flag with a banner, and below the flag is a creeper together with a flower. At the base of her small toe is an elephant goat, and upon her heel is a half moon. Thus, there are 11 marks on her left foot. At the base of the large toe of her right foot is a conch shell, and below that a spear. At the base of the small toe of her right foot is a sacrificial altar. Below that an earring, and below the earring a spear. Along the base of the second line, third, fourth and small toe is the mark of a mountain, below which is a chariot, and on the hill is a fish. Thus altogether there are 19 distinguishing marks on the soles of Srimati Radharani's feet. So, Anaya Radhito Nunam Bhagavan Haririshwaraha Yanno Vihaya Govinda Pritoyam Anayadaraha. Certainly this particular gopi has perfectly worshipped the all-powerful personality of Godhead Govinda, since he was so pleased with her that he abandoned the rest of us and brought her to a secluded place. Why Radharani's identity has been kept secret in the Vedas, including even Srimad Bhagavatam? Because Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes are extremely intimate pastimes. Generally, with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, these kind of relationships are not possible. Especially the relationship of conjugal. Conjugal means the loving relationship between a young man and a young woman. And conjugal relationship also has two aspects, Shakya and Parokya. Shakya means following the social norms, social conventions, social rules and regulations. That is, what is the social regulation? For a man and woman to associate, marriage. A young man and a woman, through marriage, they get the social approval to associate with each other. But Parokya is disregarding those social conventions. The man-woman relationship, when there is no concern for the social rules and regulations, custom. There is no concern what people will think, what people will say. Now, in the human society, this Parokya relationship outside of marriage is forbidden, is considered to be immoral. But the spiritual consideration is different. We have to consider what is the material nature in relation to the spiritual sky. It's a perverted reflection. Reflection is upside down. In a reflection, the topmost part appears to be the lowermost. It's reversed. Therefore, it is called the reflection, perverted reflection, upside down. So what is the topmost affair in the spiritual sky? When it is reflected in the material nature, appears to be the most degraded activity, most degraded or most perverted activity. Therefore, the topmost region of the spiritual sky, Vrindavan, appears to be the lowermost of the reflection. In the spiritual sky, there are two regions, Vaikuntha and Golok. Now, in Vaikuntha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his associates are four-armed. Whereas in Vrindavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is two-armed. So when we see the reflection of, where is the reflection of Vaikuntha? The reflection of Vaikuntha is the heavenly planet. In the material nature, the heavenly planets are the reflection of Vaikuntha. In heavenly planets, how many arms the demigods have? Generally, they are also four-armed. So, Vaikuntha is reflected in the heavenly planets. And Vrindavan, which is below heavenly planet, what is below heavenly planet is the earth planet. And in earth planet is a perverted reflection of the topmost region of the spiritual sky, Golok, where Krishna is two-armed, and in the earth planet, the residents of earth planet are also two-armed, human beings. Therefore, Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes are identical to human activities. But the topmost activities on the spiritual sky, when reflected on in the human activity, then how is it seen? It is seen as the most abominable, most degraded activity. Like as I mentioned, of all the relationships, which is the most intimate relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead? The madhurjas, the conjugal relationship. Of all the relationships, which is the most intimate? Or what are the relationships like? How many relationships are there? How many types of relationships, or how many mellows are there? 5. Neutrality, servitorship, friendship, parental, and conjugal. Servitorship is more intimate than neutrality. Friendship is more intimate than servitorship. Parental relationship is more intimate than friendship. And conjugal relationship is even more intimate than parental. Now, conjugal relationship, as I mentioned, the relationship like between a young man and a young woman. Now, in that relationship, that there are two types. The one is Shakya, the other is Parokya. Now, that Parokya, when reflected on the human society, it is considered to be very unpalatable, degraded activity. Like if there is a relationship between a married woman and a man, then how is it seen in the society? If there is a relationship between a young boy and a young girl, those who are not married, how is it seen? So, here we have to understand that the topmost activities of the spiritual sky, when reflected in the human society, is most degraded activity. Therefore, unless and until we have the understanding of the spiritual reality, understanding of Krishna, and understanding of devotion to Krishna, then there is a possibility that one may mistake that relationship. Radharani's relationship with Krishna can be mistaken as an immoral activity. But consideration of morality and immorality applies to human beings, not to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But there is a risk that people may not understand that, therefore it has been kept as a secret. Better not to reveal it to them. Why allow them? Why create the possibility of them becoming offensive to Krishna and Srimati Radharani? If they think that Krishna is a young boy, Radharani is an unmarried young girl, and they are having a relationship. And actually, many people still today consider these activities to be immoral. I remember one incident. Once a man was arguing with Srila Prabhupada. I mean, he asked a question about Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes being immoral. Then Prabhupada was trying to explain, but this person would not listen. He would not understand. He kept on insisting, no, it is immoral. And he even went to the extent of saying that Krishna said that Jajjad acharati sreshtas lokas tad anuvartate. Just as the way a great man acts, a common man follows, so these activities can be imitated. I mean, if people follow these activities of Krishna, it will be very, very undesirable and immoral. But Prabhupada was trying to explain that look, Krishna is God. And these activities are actually the highest understanding of the Lord's relationship with his devotees. Still the man would not listen. I mean, he kept on insisting. Then Prabhupada just said that your relationship with your wife is immoral. He said, you stole Krishna's property and you are enjoying it. And you are trying to criticize Krishna's activity. Prabhupada was furious. And ultimately that is the issue. Even though these relationships have social approval, but still it is immoral. Still it is stealing. Krishna's property is being stolen. But because it is immoral, in the ultimate sense there is some social approval. Okay, man-woman relationship can be approved for the sake of procreation. Procreation, the progeny is necessary. So that's why it is approved. And I came across another writing where it has said that what to speak of Krishna's relationship with somebody's wife is immoral. Krishna is not only the proprietor of those girls, the wives, Krishna is also the proprietor of the husbands. Krishna is the husband of the husbands also, the proprietor of the husbands also. But common people may not understand that, therefore it has been kept as a secret. Why subject them into? But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed this most secret relationship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his Vrindavan pastime. Another way to look at it is that let us see just our common perception. If the wife becomes attracted to Krishna, if a married woman becomes attracted to Krishna, becomes a devotee of Krishna, does anybody feel bad about it? Does anybody think it's immoral? No. Like rather, everybody feels, oh, it's wonderful. She has become attracted to Krishna. So that is the relationship with Krishna. Anybody who develops his relationship with Krishna is admirable, is the ultimate achievement. Whether man or woman, young or old, married or unmarried, any relationship with Krishna is divine. And once Srila Prabhupada just started to speak to me. I was in Bombay with Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada just started. Sometimes Prabhupada would just start to speak. And Prabhupada said that people think that Krishna's relationship with the cowherd damsels in Vrindavan is immoral. He said, if it was immoral, then why would Sukadeva Goswami, who was a Naishtika brahmachari, Sukadeva Goswami was so detached, Sukadeva Goswami did not want to have any connection with the material nature. Therefore, right after his birth, he left home. He walked away from home. So he was so detached. He was so renounced. And he was so detached that even the young girls who were bathing in the water, in the lake, did not feel embarrassed when they saw Sukadeva Goswami walking by. Then why would Sukadeva Goswami describe Krishna's pastime to the gopis in Vrindavan? And in this way Prabhupada just kept on speaking. And I feel very fortunate that Prabhupada so mercifully explained that to me. So, in order to understand or in order to even approach Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes, we have to become completely convinced that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the Supreme Proprietor. If a proprietor enjoys some object, then can that be considered to be immoral? Never. He is the rightful proprietor. The proprietor can enjoy anything. But when somebody to whom it doesn't belong to enjoys, then he becomes a thief. To enjoy somebody else's property is stealing. But when a proprietor enjoys something, there is nothing immoral about that. And Krishna is the supreme proprietor, therefore he is the supreme enjoyer. That has been very clearly indicated in that verse. Bhoktaram Jagvatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Krishna is the Bhokta. Krishna is the enjoyer. Why? Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He is the supreme proprietor of everything. So he is the natural enjoyer. But Krishna's enjoyment in the spiritual sky is completely different from the enjoyment, the concept of enjoyment in the material platform. The problem with this is that people think that this relationship is related to sex life. That is the actual process. But the point is that even to enter into the spiritual sky, one has to become free from sex desire. What to speak of spiritual sky? Even to enter into the border of the spiritual sky, Brahma Jyoti. Even to enter into Brahma Jyoti, one has to become completely free from sex desire. Then where is the room of sex life in the spiritual sky? That one has to understand, and that's why it has been pointed out in Srimad Bhagavatam that these intimate pastimes of Krishna with the damsels of Vrindavan actually cures our heart of lusty desires. The most contaminating influence in the heart is of lust. To enjoy another living entity. The other day I was describing about lust and greed. Lust is actually the desire to enjoy a living entity is lust. But the desire to enjoy an inert object is greed. So that desire to enjoy another living entity is lust. Now that desire of lust becomes completely cured just by hearing Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan. That is how purifying Krishna's activities in Vrindavan is. What to speak of immoral. Just by hearing we become free, our hearts become free from immoral desires. So that's why Radharani's identity has been kept as a secret in the Vedas, even in Srimad Bhagavatam. Sukadeva Goswami is hesitating, as it has been described in the purport. He is hesitating to even mention her name. Why? Because people may commit offense to her lotus feet, misunderstanding her relationship with Krishna. That's why it's better kept as a secret. But still he could not keep it a secret. He couldn't keep it hidden. It just came out. It has been described that it has come out like the rumbling of a cattle drum sounded to announce her great good fortune. Aradhita. Why Aradhita? Why Radharani is Radharani? Why she is Radha? Because she is Anaya Radhita. Anaya Radhita. One who is the most expert in serving Krishna. Therefore she is Radha. Aradhana means worship or service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So she is Anaya Radhita. She is unique, incomparable. She is the topmost of all the servants of Krishna. She is the greatest servitor of Sri Krishna. Therefore she is Radha. The background of this verse is Krishna was dancing with the gopis in Vrindavan. Krishna invited the gopis in the dead of the night by playing his flute. And these cowherd damsels, they just came, leaving everything behind. They became totally unconcerned about everything else. They just ran to meet Krishna. And when they came to the forest of Vrindavan, Krishna was dancing with them. There were 16,000 gopis. And Krishna was dancing. And Krishna expanded himself to dance with every single gopi. And then, at one point, one gopi became a little upset with Krishna. And she left the Rasa Mandal. And although Krishna was dancing with 16,000 gopis, Krishna left all of them and went with her. The one gopi who became upset with Krishna, Krishna left everyone and followed her. So the rest, other gopis, all of a sudden they found that Krishna was not there. They were so ecstatically dancing with Krishna. But now all of a sudden, Krishna is not there. So they just started to look for Krishna. And while searching for Krishna, they were following Krishna's footsteps. They could recognize Krishna's footprints by specific signs under Krishna's feet. And they saw there were one pair of footprints, and next to that there was another pair of footprints. And they could make out that Krishna actually left with somebody. And they could, so that's what they're saying here, that, oh, that other girl must be so fortunate, because Krishna is so pleased with her because she has served Krishna so nicely. Krishna is attracted to her. He was so pleased with her that he abandoned the rest of us and brought her to a secluded place. So this is what that has been described in this verse, that Srimati Radharani is that person. Although her name hasn't been mentioned here, but her identity has been revealed. Now the same point has been elaborated by Ramananda Roy through the discussion between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met Ramananda Roy on the bank of Godavari river in a place called Kovur. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Roy having discussion. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a sannyasi. Ramananda Roy is the governor of that place, the most exalted personality in that province, the head of the province. Those days, the kingdom of Orissa spread practically from Bengal to Tamil Nadu. Andhra was a part of King Prataparudra's kingdom. And Prataparudra's governor, appointed government officer, was Ramananda Roy. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met Ramananda Roy on the bank of Godavari. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, look, I heard a lot about you. When I was in Jagannath Puri, there they told me, like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Kashi Mishra, Shikhi Mahiti, they told me about you, that you are an exponent of Krishna consciousness. You are the most exalted devotee of Radha Krishna. So you know the secret of Radha Krishna Tattva. So please tell me, what's the ultimate goal of life? Then Ramananda Roy started to describe. He started off from Varnashram. He said to practice, to follow the Varnashram Dharma is the ultimate goal of life. But Mahaprabhu said, but that is external, tell me what is beyond that. Then Ramananda Roy told about Karma Yoga. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, this is also external, tell me what is beyond that. Then Ramananda Roy said, the renunciation of karma is the ultimate goal of life. Then Mahaprabhu said, yes, but tell me what is beyond that. No, he said, that is also external, tell me what is beyond that. Then Ramananda Roy said, Jnana Yoga is the ultimate goal of life. Mahaprabhu said, no, that's also external, tell me what is beyond that. Then he came to Bhakti, pure devotion. Mahaprabhu said, yes, that's true, but tell me what is beyond that. Then he said, among the Bhakti, the devotional service in Shantodas. Mahaprabhu said, yes, but tell me what is beyond that. He said, he spoke about Dasya Ras. Then he said, what is beyond that? That's true, Dasya Ras is also good. But what is beyond that? He said, Sakhya, friendship. Devotional service and friendship. He said, yes, that's true, but tell me what is beyond that. He said, beyond Sakhya is parental. He said, yes, that's true, tell me what is beyond that. He said, beyond that is conjugal. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, tell me what is beyond that. And Ramananda Roy said, I never thought that anybody could ask what is beyond that. But you are empowering me to ask this question. So if you empower me, then probably I will be able to answer. Then he started to describe. Then he came to this point that Krishna was dancing with 16,000 gopis. And Krishna expanded himself into 16,000 Krishna. And Krishna was dancing between two gopis. But in this middle, in the center, there was one Krishna who was dancing with one gopi alone. So that gopi must be very special. There were, in the center only Krishna was dancing with only one gopi, and there was one Krishna between the gopis. So therefore, this one in the center must have been very special. And then, when this gopi became upset and left the Rasa Mandali, Krishna left everybody else and followed her. So she must be very special. And in this way, Ramananda Roy revealed the identity of Srimati Radharani, established that Srimati Radharani is the topmost of all the gopis. Then he went on to describe that this gopi and Krishna became one in their loving exchange. And when he said that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu covered his face. He said, okay. There's no need to tell anymore. Because then his identity will become exposed. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came hiding his identity. He kept his identity. Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Radha and Krishna together. When Radha and Krishna become one, then that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu, in this way, through Ramananda Roy, revealed the topmost secret of Golok Vrindavan, the identity of Srimati Radharani. And when he came, it is only through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Radharani's identity actually has been revealed or disclosed. Therefore Bashu Ghosh sang, one associate, very intimate associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was a great poet and a singer. He sang, Jodi Gaura na hoito, tobe ki hoito, kemone dhoritam dehe, premo rasho shima, radharo mohima, jagote janato kihe. If Jodi Gaura na hoito, if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not come, if Gauranga Sundar did not come, tobe ki hoito, then what would have happened to me? How would I have maintained my life? Kamone dhoritam dehe. Premo rasho shima. The height of loving exchange, loving mellow, conjugal mellow. Premo rasho shima. Which is the glory of Srimati Radharani, the identity of Srimati Radharani. Who would have revealed the identity of Srimati Radharani to this world? It is through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu we got to know Srimati Radharani. Otherwise, Radharani's identity would have remained hidden. It wouldn't have been exposed. And he is saying, Madhuro Brinda, Bipino Madhuri, Probesho Chaturi Shar, Borojo Jugoti, Bhavero Bhakoti, Shakoti Hoitokar. Madhuro Brinda, Bipino Madhuri, Probesho Chaturi Shar. The sweetness, Madhuri, of Vrindavan, the sweetness of Vrindavan, forest, Vipin means the forest, Madhura Vrinda Vipino Madhuri. The sweetness of the sweet Vrindavan forest, where it is impossible to enter, Probesho Chaturi Shar. And there, Borojo, it is impossible to enter for anyone to, it's impossible for anyone to enter into Vrindavan. Madhuro Brinda Vipina Madhuri, Probesho Chaturi Shar, বড়জ যুবতী ভাবেরও ভকতি শকতি হইত কার. Who would have had the ability to understand the dealings of Krishna with the youthful damsels of Vrindavan? The loving exchange between Krishna and the young damsels of Vrindavan. বড়জ যুবতী ভাবেরও ভকতি শকতি হইত কার. গাও গাও পুন গৌরাঙ্গের গুণ আচ্ছা রাধারও মহিমা প্রেম রস সীমা জগতে জানা তোকে. So that is the I think I discussed that. Yeah. Who would have revealed the glory of Srimati Radharani? The glory of Radharani's love for Shri Krishna. Therefore, gao gao puno gaurangero guno sharalo koriyamo. Therefore, sing again and again the glory of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, making your heart simple and pure. Free your mind from all contamination. Free your heart from all impurities. Then only you will be able to understand these teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now regarding this also one point has been made, that in order to understand Krishna's Braja Leela with the gopis, we have to purify our heart. And how to purify our heart? Our heart will be purified just by hearing those activities of Krishna in Vrindavan. Like it is a medicine as well as it is the state of cure, the perfected cure stage of heart. So this is how we can see that it is by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy only that Radharani's identity has been revealed. And that is the great good fortune of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu don't only understand Krishna, they understand Srimati Radharani. They understand Radha Krishna. Whereas others understand only Krishna. But higher than that understanding is to understand the glory of Srimati Radharani. In this respect, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur has mentioned that those who are worshippers of Vishnu, they are known as Vaishnavas. Those who are worshippers of Krishna, they are known as Kashnas. And those who are the worshippers of Srimati Radharani, they are known as Gauriyas. So we are, one time Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was walking on the bank of Radhakund, and some pilgrims were circumambulating Radhakund at that time. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur asked his disciples, what's the difference between them and us? They are also circumambulating Radhakund, and we are also worshipping Radhakund, circumambulating the Radhakund on the bank. But what's the difference? Naturally, no one had the answer. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur then explained that they are circumambulating Radhakund because they are devotees of Krishna, and because Radharani is dear to Krishna, therefore they are circumambulating Radhakund. And we are circumambulating Radhakund because Krishna is dear to Radharani. Our attachment is to Radharani. Our relationship with Krishna, we are attached to Krishna because Krishna is dear to Radharani. Bhakti Vinod Thakur also sang that Dhamer Sharup Surive Noyone Hoivo Radharo Dashi. He is speaking about the ultimate perfection, ultimate spiritual perfection. He said, when will that happen to me? That ultimate spiritual perfection. When I will be able to recognize the dham, the abode of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Generally, the dhams appear to be like a mundane place. We go to Vrindavan, and what do we see there? Rickshawalas, tangawalas, the pigs walking around, dirt, loi bazaars, all business people trying to make money out of ISKCON devotees. But that is just the mundane aspect of the dham. What is the real dham? We will be able to see Vrindavan only when our vision becomes purified. When our heart becomes purified, with our spiritual eyes, we'll be able to see the spiritual Vrindavan. So that's why Bhakti Vinod Thakur is saying, when will my heart will become purified and my spiritual vision, I will acquire my spiritual vision and I'll be able to see the swarup of the dham, the real identity of the dham, the real dham. And hoivo radharo dashi. And I'll become a maidservant of Srimati Radha. That is our prayer. That is how Bhakti Vinod Thakur is teaching us how to pray. Yes, we are Krishna Das. We are Krishna Dasis. But more than that, we are Radha Dasis. We are the maidservants of Srimati Radha. That is the identity of the Gauriya Vaishnavas. We are Srimati Radharani's maidservants. And when Radharani gets angry with Krishna, sometimes Radharani does get angry with Krishna. Then we also get angry with Krishna. Radharani says, don't let that boy come to me anymore. And we say, yes, if he comes, we'll stop him. And then when we see that Radharani is feeling the separation from Krishna, then our heart breaks. And then we say, let's find Krishna and let's bring him to unite him with Srimati Radha. And that is the mood and attitude of the Gauriya Vaishnavas. So Gauriyas are those who are the servants, maidservants of Srimati Radha. The reality is Prabhupada gave us everything. Prabhupada gave us everything. Prabhupada gave the most perfect process of entering, not only to enter into Vrindavan, but become related to Radha Krishna, become a maid-servant of Srimati Radharani in Vrindavan. But this is not a thing to be broadcasted. This is something that will be revealed in the heart in course of time. They are there, everything is there in Prabhupada's books. You read Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's there. All these very, very deep and intimate relationships in Vrindavan have been very, very elaborately explained, very intricately explained. These very wonderful dealings between Krishna and the residents of Vrindavan has been revealed by Krishna in the books. These are not the things that's to be discussed, especially when individuals are not properly advanced. When the individuals are not advanced enough, what will happen? They will fall down. In an immature stage, if one meditates on Radha Krishna's pastime, what will happen? He will think that he himself is a Krishna and he will start looking for the gopis. That's what. To save us from that, Srila Prabhupada has gave the perfect process. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the perfect process. Krishna, after revealing his Vrindavan pastimes, considered that I reveal Vrindavan pastimes, but how will anyone ever enter into Vrindavan? And he considered that everybody will worship me. My devotees will naturally serve me in following rules and regulations of the scriptures, Vaidhi Bhakti. But by performing Vaidhi Bhakti, when one achieves perfection, he goes to Vaikuntha. So one will serve Krishna following Vaidhi Bhakti, and by following Vaidhi Bhakti, when one achieves perfection, he will enter into Vaikuntha. But from Vaikuntha one cannot go to Vrindavan. From Vaikuntha one can go to Ajodha. The higher than Vaikuntha, a higher than relationship with Lakshmi Narayan is the relationship with Ram, Sitaram, Ramchandra and Sitadev. Higher than that relationship is Krishna in Dwarka, Vasudev and Rukmini and Krishna. But the highest region of Vrindavan, the highest region of the spiritual sky is Golok Vrindavan. Even from Dwarka one cannot enter into Golok Vrindavan. So Krishna considered, how will anyone ever enter into Golok Vrindavan? Devotees will serve me by Vaidhi Bhakti, and by following Vaidhi Bhakti one will go to Vaikuntha. Therefore Krishna decided to come as a devotee. When this devotee Supreme Personality of Godhead is served through Vaidhi Bhakti, then one becomes eligible to enter into Vrindavan. So this is the process. You serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you serve Krishna following Vaidhi Bhakti, you will go to Vaikuntha. You serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu following Vaidhi Bhakti, you will go to Vrindavan. So in order to create this good fortune, Krishna has appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as a devotee. So what is Prabhupada teaching us? Prabhupada is telling us, just serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through Sankirtan. That is the Vaidhi Bhakti, to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jaggai Sankirtana Prayoi Jajanti Hi Sumenasa. The way to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is through Sankirtan. So we are not, we are following Vaidhi Bhakti. But this following Vaidhi Bhakti will lead us to Vrindavan. So this is how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to create this special good fortune for us to go directly to Vrindavan. Now there are justification also of this statement. There are two justifications. One is, by Vaidhi Bhakti one goes to Vaikuntha. Through Raganuga Bhakti one enters into Vrindavan. What is the meaning of Raganuga Bhakti? Rag Anuga. Anuga means to follow. Rag means love. So following those devotees whose heart is filled with love for Krishna, that is the residents of Vrindavan, those who are known as Ragatmika Bhakti. So Raganuga Bhakti means to follow the Ragatmika Bhakti. And by doing that we enter into Vrindavan. Now Ragatmika Bhakta means the residents of Vrindavan are the Ragatmika Bhakta. Now of all the devotees of Vrindavan, who is the best devotee? Srimati Radharani. And now Srimati Radharani has appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when you are following Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who are you following? We are following Srimati Radharani. We are following the best of the Ragatmika Bhakti. So naturally, although we are doing it through Vaidhi Bhakti, but naturally it will be transformed into Ragatmika. This is one understanding, and the other understanding is, when we worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and achieve the perfection of that worship, then what happens? What happened between when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Ramananda Roy met with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? What did Ramananda Roy see ultimately? Rasaraj Mahabhav Dui Aki. Rasaraj Krishna and Mahabhava Swarupini Radharani are one. So that means in place of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we will see Radha and Krishna. When we serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu following the Vaidhi Bhakti, then when we achieve perfection, we will see Radha Krishna. And when you see Radha Krishna, where are you? Huh? When you see Radha Krishna, where are you? You are in Vrindavan. So this is how the way to enter into Vrindavan is by serving Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, following the Vaidhi Bhakti. Vaidhi Bhakti means the injunctions of the scriptures. Now what is the scriptural injunction? How to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Jagai Sankirtana Praya. Now tell me, what is Prabhupada teaching us? Is Prabhupada teaching us to artificially imitate the residents of Vrindavan? Is Prabhupada teaching us to artificially, immaturely meditate on Radha Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan? No. Prabhupada is simply teaching us, serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through Sankirtan. And what will happen ultimately when you follow Srila Prabhupada's instruction? One fine morning, we'll find ourselves in Vrindavan. I don't know whether it will be morning, it may be even dead of the night. We'll find ourselves in Vrindavan. Therefore, my repeated reminder to all of you is, don't get misled by some unscrupulous individuals. Just follow Srila Prabhupada. With a complete understanding, with complete conviction and faith that Srila Prabhupada gave everything. There is nothing to get from anywhere else. Prabhupada gave us everything. And if you follow Srila Prabhupada, you will achieve your ultimate perfection. Gaur Premanande Hari Srila Prabhupada Ki. Does anybody have any question or comment? Anandamaya Prabhu. You are Anandamaya.
Your last words that by worshipping the perfect Ragatmika Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one can be promoted to the perfectional state of devotional service, Ragatmika Bhakti, ultimately Goloka Vrindavan by the grace of Lord Chaitanya. Then I've heard also of another explanation, how by following Prabhupada one can also reach the stage, is that by simply and by, of course, simultaneously along with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but by worshipping Prabhupada himself, who is the perfect devotee in the line of Lord Chaitanya, and the Ragatmika Bhakta, by worshipping Srila Prabhupada, we can also achieve one perfection. And in this way, achieve the position as a devotee in the Goloka Vrindavan.
Worshipping Srila Prabhupada means what? Does Prabhupada want us to offer some flowers and incense to him? That is the worship that Prabhupada wants from us. How to worship Srila Prabhupada? When you go to Srila Prabhupada and want to worship him, what will Prabhupada tell us? Prabhupada will tell us, go out and preach Krishna consciousness. Distribute my books. preach my teaching. And that is Sankirtan. So following Prabhupada is not different from following Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because if we approach Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada would say, Sir Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So yes, Prabhupada is the greatest Acharya. And by following Srila Prabhupada, yes, we'll go back to Vrindavan. Thank you. Any other questions? Yes.
In one of the classes you were teaching that about the Bhakti Charu that the usual way for a sadhaka to go to Vrindavan, you gave the example of the personified Veda, the sages of Levi Kailash. That these are the examples of how
Haribol, what happened?
These are the examples of how a sadhaka goes to go to Vrindavan, the usual route, without the conscious Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So are there any other examples?
Yeah, I think what I meant, what you're talking about is, once I was explaining, there are two types of devotees, siddhas, in Krishna's pastime. To come to Krishna's pastime is perfection. So, but there are two ways that one comes to Krishna's pastime. There are some underneath the siddhas who came from the spiritual sky to participate in Krishna's pastime. And there are sadhana siddhas, those who are in the material nature, but by practicing the process of devotional service, they have achieved their perfection. And among the sadhana siddhas, not sadhaka, they are siddhas. Sadhaka means the practitioner, apprentice, right? And siddha means master, perfected. You practice, and by practicing, you become perfect. So the practicing stage is sadhana. The practitioners are sadhakas, and perfected one are siddha. So those who achieve their perfection through sadhana, they also have been classified in two categories: Shruti Charu and Rishi Charu. Those who are the exponents of the Shruti, the Upanishads, they achieve their perfection. And Rishi Charu are the sages of Naimisharanya who became attracted to Sri Ramchandra. And as a result of their attraction to Ramchandra, in his pastime with Krishna Chandra, they got the position of president. So these are the general understandings.
My question was that these are the only two routes.
Yeah, there has to be only two types. I mean, what I mean is, there's sadhana siddha. Sadhana siddha and nikta siddha. No, there can be others. These are the categories that we described, but there can be others also. Like, for example, the ISKCON devotees practicing sadhana, when they achieve their perfection. Then there will be another category. They will be known as the ISKCON devotees. ISKCONites. And they can be classified as Sankirtan siddhas, achieving perfection through Sankirtan. That is the question.
In Vrindavan, is supposed to take water in your head, or could you take a bath in your water?
You see, when Prabhupada found that some devotees were just floating in the water of Radhakund, like using Radhakund as a swimming pool, then Prabhupada told that you don't take bath in Radhakund. Prabhupada meant that you are not qualified to take bath in Radhakund. But if you have that respect for Radhakund, with a worshipful way, if you want to take the mercy of Srimati Radharani and bathe yourself in the love of Srimati Radharani. Then yes,
you just translation read that in purport that this word Anaya is actually like a kettle drums announcing the coming of a great personality. Could you just explain that? I didn't understand how.
he was trying to keep it as a secret. But then, like when you try to hide something, it keeps on painting up inside you. Right? And when it comes out as an outburst. Right? Like in anger, you are suppressing your anger, suppressing your anger, you're suppressing your anger. Then finally, when it comes out, you can't retain it anymore and give vent to it. Then what happens? You just flare up. So this was like that, like he was trying to keep it a secret. But then he took like a kettle drum, kettle drums are used in making an announcement. In the Indian culture, that's what they used to do. When there was no loudspeaker, the man would go, the announcer would go and play the kettle. And people would gather. And then you make the announcement. So that's what Sukadeva Goswami did. Like he just, finally he just let out Radharani, like it became emotional through the last.
And just another question. That is, you explained how the material world is covered with reflection of the spiritual world. So, Vrindavan pastimes are covered with reflection on the earthly side. But Vrindavan is the highest region of the spiritual side. Whereas on the material world we have planets lower than the earthly planets. So
those reflections are only up to the earth planet. Right? Patala Loka is a lost cause. This was a place for the demons. Right? There is no consideration of spiritual understanding. That's why the light doesn't enter into that region. The spiritual world is reflected only up to the area where the lights are. Sunlight is available. But below that, there is no sunlight. It's all artificial light. Like in Las Vegas, even during the daytime they just light the artificial light. They have created in such a way, I haven't gone there, I heard. You can't, even at night, even during the day, it's not different from night time. When you enter there, it's all the same, during day and night, because it's all lit up with artificial light. And the Patala Loka, it's the artificial light. What are those artificial lights? The jewels of the snakes. And what is this artificial light? The artificial snakes with artificial jewels. Look at the cable. Does it look like a snake? And on the head of the snake, what do you have? The bulb. Sitaram?
So when it's true that the swami is wary to reveal the identity of his intimate pastimes, personalities like Bhakti Charu, Vishnu Chakravarti, Raghunath Dasa has described the Astakhalya Lila very expansively. And these are available on the open market. How do people relate to that?
Yeah, their thing is that since Mahaprabhu has revealed it, okay, expose it fully. Right? Now that Mahaprabhu has broadcasted it, so what's the point in keeping it a secret? So they went into details of Radha Krishna's person. But then again, to enter into Kavikarnapur and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and other such exalted devotees, we have to first follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? Don't approach him directly. Follow the process that Mahaprabhu gave. And what is the process? Sankirtan. And through the Sankirtan, when you become qualified, yes, then you enter there. Not just jump into Kavi Karnapur or Vishwanath Chakravarti, yes, Raghunath Das Goswami, even Jiva Goswami, Rupa Goswami. I was trying to recall, one who actually gave this Leelas in a very elaborate way is Dhanachandra Goswami. He is 2 generations after Mahaprabhu. Thank you. Yes, Malati Manjari.
Anybody in this Luca cycle at all, but to have to wait to be born.
Some very rare fortunate souls may have. But that also not directly to Golok Vrindavan. As we see, as I was just mentioning, the sadhaka, the sadhana siddhas, they enter into Krishna's Bhoma Leela. And then they get, then they become qualified to enter into Krishna's Vrindavan, Golok Vrindavan. Like Gokumar. But the thing is that they have to first enter into Krishna's Bhoma Leela. Yes, Radharani?
Sometimes to understand what does it mean to reach that perfection of service to Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
As a devotee, is to just serve through Vaidhi Bhakti. The scripture says, Shruti Smriti Puranadi Pancharatra Vidhim Vina Vaikantiki Hare Bhakti Utpatoiva Kalpate. Without following the injunctions of Shruti, Veda, Smriti, Upanishad, Puran, etc., if one renders devotional service, even though it is sincere, earnest, oikantiki, still it will create a disturbance. So the instruction is, follow Vaidhi Bhakti, don't jump. Don't try to jump. Follow Vaidhi Bhakti. Right? So our business is to follow Vaidhi Bhakti. But our Vaidhi Bhakti is rendered to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And through that rendering of Vaidhi Bhakti, when we achieve our perfection, that perfection will be in the form of seeing Radha Krishna as Chaitanya. Right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will become Radha Krishna. That's the perfection. And then we'll find ourselves in Vrindavan. Okay, thank you all very much. Jai Shri Shri Radha Ashtami Ki Gaur Premanande.